Hey, this is Peachy.
I'm Ooze.
This is Sudon.
And we'd like to take a moment to thank our original launch site, Anchor.fm, who's helped to enrich this podcast in many ways. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast.
Anchor.fm offers educational tools on how to get started in social media and has not only given our show, stapled together, several platforms to choose from for your listening enjoyment, but continues to offer helpful tips and avenues for growth along the way. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use.
With an easy, hassle-free method for uploading, you can add your podcast episodes to Anchor.fm's extensive library, available for listening on several popular streaming services, letting listeners choose a favorite platform. And now, Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast.
That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what we're doing right now by reading this ad.
Go to anchor.fm/start to get started today.
Step Together Podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stay Together podcast for the comic book release week of August 26, 2020. I'm Ooze.
And I'm Peachy.
And we're going to go straight into the news. Sudon, what do you have?
Fuck, I forgot. No news is like good news, it's like bad news, it's like news.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well, DC Fandom just happened on the 22nd.
We're talking about that.
Yeah, and we'll be talking primarily about that.
A lot of interesting things. Like, honestly, the best thing of the night was definitely, or the day, was Polka Dot Man.
Oh, yeah, man.
Polka Dot Man and Pete Davidson.
That's
Blackguard.
Blackguard, yeah. That was a pretty exciting reveal.
Suicide Squad, yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, look at James Gunn's track record with a group of unknowns.
Yeah.
It's cool to see that they had kind of fully given us the full casting and shown us that it's going to be more than just, like, characters we all know. It's going to be characters that we don't know. Like
They
Polka
did
Dot
give
Man.
us the full casting because Taika Waititi wasn't revealed to be whoever he is.
But they gave us the squad cast.
Yeah.
I mean, and we still got to wait and see who Sinbad's going to be for the Shazams, too.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
there's a lot. Like,
I love that. That's great.
I'm excited for Killer Shark to not be just a big beast that he's constantly been...
King Shark.
Yeah, that one.
Not Killer Croc.
Yeah, them too. They
King
put them
Croc,
together.
Killer Shark.
But Gotham, they can't tell.
No, right.
They can't even figure out who Batman is.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's cool to see that they are...
Or no Eternia.
And I'm curious how they're going to tie it within that being deemed failed Harley Quinn movie and the Suicide Squad, which was also deemed a failure.
Really?
And by majority, I liked them. I liked both movies for what they were.
Yeah.
Harley, I don't care to... I'm just like, that was fun to watch. If I see it again, I'll see it again.
Right.
But I'm curious how they tie it all into this upcoming movie with the Suicide Squad. And I'm curious to see how James Gunn runs it because you were saying large ensemble.
Yeah.
He said biggest film production he's worked on.
Yeah.
And that excites me because, DC's known to be like dark.
Yeah.
And brooding, and I'm curious to see if they can continue the humor.
Yeah, for sure.
And it just wasn't... I'm glad that they didn't make him Deathclock or whatever his name is.
Deadshot.
Deadshot, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's super exciting because it's good to see DC kind of not so much moving in a new direction, but with a promising future entertainment-wise outside of the comic book realm. A lot of the time you're kind of left iffy on, I hope this is good and blah, 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 and whatever, but they're coming out of the gate at Fandom here with a lot of, new information, a lot of new stuff and whatever, and a lot of it really does look promising for DC. Me being almost exclusively a Marvel fan, I was super excited for a lot of the things that they talked about.
For a lot of times during time it's been kind of a major drought for information.
Yeah.
In our realm, we haven't gotten anything what's going on with Marvel's films. We get little trickle bits and pieces that New Mutants came out. Who cares?
Is that out already?
It's basically out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that
now. But it's good to see like this influx of a massive amount of information, and I wish Marvel would do something. I'm sad D23 was canceled. I'm sad that they're not doing
Comic-Con
FanFest.
and FanFest.
I mean, and then like this, as we were saying, and we've all before I finish up here, it's set a good standard. It's super awesome how they did it. I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched the footnotes, but I didn't like. There's some logistical parts of the virtual part of it that but it was still cool to see what they did. But
I didn't mind it.
what do you got for us, Peachies?
Right along the same coattails, since that's kind of what we're talking about. In DC Fandom, they showed the premiere of The Batman. Matt Reeves' The Batman. That's, of course, starring Robert Pattinson. Super exciting. I was really kind of blown away by what they did. They kind of emulated Daredevil's Cal from the Netflix show a bit, which I didn't mind. It gave the appearance of Batman, or it made it look a little more believable as to what we've seen in all other media rather than on screen. Super exciting stuff. And while I'm wearing my Nirvana shirt here, it wasn't without purpose, but Something in the Way, Nirvana's Something in the Way from 90-something.
1990-something.
Yeah, I think it's 4. But, yeah, it has moved up the charts on iTunes and Amazon Music, thanks to being featured in that trailer. So go on and check it out. It's pretty awesome. They've only apparently filmed 30% of the movie.
Oh.
It's interesting. The film is still in production.
Yeah.
And they threw out this
fantastic trailer.
Yeah.
And as I've told many people, I laughed when they hired Cedric Diggory to be Edward, to be Batman. Where I'm like,
Yeah.
Same thing with Batfleck. I was like, show me him in the Batsuit.
Right.
Give me the Batsuit. And they gave us the Batsuit. And albeit it may be one.
I just realized there's 3 people from the Harry Potter universe in this movie.
Oh?
Oh, yeah, Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell and, what's her face?
Zoe Kravitz?
Yeah, Zoe Kravitz.
Oh, yeah.
She was the,
Catwoman.
Newt's brother's fiance.
That's right.
Whatever her name was.
Right.
That's
She's
awesome.
dead now, so it doesn't matter.
It's all connected. It's all connected.
I'm that's exciting. That's cool to see. Like, I mean, we had talked to each other at one point saying like, oh my god, and I think we all said it at one point. Most people overlooked the Penguin being Colin Farrell because you can't see that it's Colin Farrell. It's like, oh, that was him. What?
Yeah.
And he was in Daredevil.
Yeah. Yeah.
Batfleck.
Yeah.
Everything's connected
It's
now.
all connected.
The multiverse is bigger. Hurry up, get a bigger board, DC.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're just like, by the way, Marvel, that shit's in here.
Was that DC that mentioned Marvel, or was it Marvel that mentioned DC?
It's gone both ways. They both kind of
I think the most recent, when talking about like multiverse things and stuff like that, they featured some characters like in the background.
I mean, like in Flash, they talk about Spider-Man like a lot.
Oh yeah.
So.
And they mentioned Batman in some of the, they've mentioned Batman in some of the Marvel references and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They do it all the time in the comics.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's they have no war going on amongst themselves.
I think it's more friendly, but yeah, this suit was awesome. The reveal of all the characters. I'm excited for this movie, and I hate to say that because it's Edward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Edward is Batman, and what do you think?
I hope that they don't make the same mistake as Batman and Robin and, like, throw too many villains into the same movie and just try and, like, be like, and this is a villain, and here's another villain, and this villain too.
Spider-Man 3, the whole fucking thing.
Yeah. So, hopefully we get enough story from each of the villains and it doesn't, like, get too crazy, and, yeah.
It's a detective story!
Story.
Yeah. And that's another thing I noticed that they're picking up on is a lot of their directors have picked movies with a narrative that is something beyond that of a superhero. It's a real life situation, which is something that Marvel does. These are real life movie types and archetypes and whatever, but we're going to insert this hero into that, which is super cool. And I mean, they did that with Nolan's Batman and whatever, but they didn't. It was the 3 movies, and it was over. But
holy shit! I think they gave us Hush.
What?
The Masked Man.
The Masked Man.
No, that's supposed to be Edward Nygma.
I've also heard rumors saying that might be just a misdirection. 30% of the movie been filmed.
But Hush shouldn't show up until, like, way later.
For real.
It should, but I don't know. I'm just theorizing. Sorry.
The entire reason that Hush exists is to, like, mess with the Batman, and I don't think that the Batman is established enough to, like, do anything about it on that level.
There's just some key words in there, like, you're a part of this and stuff like that.
But there's also the riddles that are being left for him. So.
Oh yeah, that riddle was solved. That the one riddle that they show in the preview.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the question was, what does a liar do when they're dead? Or what does a liar do when he's dead?
Right.
Yeah, and it's lies still.
Yeah.
Lies
still.
Lies still. He lies still. I'm like, ha. I dig it. Huh?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I dig it. Okay, sorry. I'm done with my news. That's it.
Okay. Alright, but, so yeah, continuing the news from DC Fandom, The Rock,
yes,
who is going to be playing Black Adam, very sneakily showed us an animated trailer, like concept art type thing for the movie that's coming out, and basically confirmed that the JSA is going to be a thing in the movie universe, and you know who's one of the founding members of the JSA?
No!
It's Dr. Fate!
What?
Shock and awe.
They've pretty much confirmed that Dr. Fate's going to be in a movie, and I'm really excited.
Yeah.
I don't know who they're going to cast as him, but I'm really excited.
That is pretty awesome. Is that does it have a 2022 target, or do we know? I forget.
I have no idea.
It's coming out.
At some point.
Yeah.
In theaters only.
Only in theaters.
Which was kind of like the big push DC pushed on everybody. Like, it's only coming out in theaters because a lot of streaming platforms suck.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to be in theaters, so.
But that's super cool to see, like, all the characters.
Yeah, and, like, the other characters from the JSA are going to be there.
That's awesome.
That people care about.
Hackman.
Hawkman, yeah, I remember Hawkman specifically.
Hawkman and
Adam Smasher.
Adam Smasher and Hourglass Man. That's not his name. Sandman.
Sandman? Like Sandman?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, okay.
DC thing.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
Sandman
sure we'll
that's
see,
in Smallville.
like Black Cat and a bunch of
okay.
other characters, like, kind of make an appearance, which I hope. But I want to see I want to see
Dr. Fate.
Yeah.
Dr. Fate.
Green Lantern.
Dr. Fate.
Give me.
Yeah, I want to see Dr. Fate.
Give me old school Flash.
Yeah, Jay Garrick.
Gay Garrick.
Gay Jared.
Gay Jared. Gay board. Okay. I'm excited. That's
For sure. Sure.
And I assume that they're going to go the Kent Nelson version of Dr. Fate because it's the JSA
versus the current version.
Helidness, you're...
I'm sorry, but every
Right.
time you mention that version of him, I always think that he's going to be like, this is Kent Nielsen for Springfield News. Kent Brockman or whatever.
Kent Brockman. No, he does sound like a reporter, though.
Channel 5.
Channel 5.
Channel 6. Channel 6.
Kent Brockman. What's his name?
Kent Nelson.
Kent Nelson, Daily Gazette.
He might have been a reporter.
He's not, no.
The initial concepts.
No, he's what are those called? Indiana Jones people?
An archaeologist.
Yeah, that one. Indiana Jones people.
Yes.
He's an archaeologist, and
Thief!
And he went into the temple and...
Of Doom?
No.
Oh.
And found the helm of Naboo.
Right.
Yeah.
And the amulet of Ububu.
But yeah, so that...
What is it? What's the amulet called?
Come on. Please stop. She was mewing, and I was like, what is that noise? Are you coming in? She's like, I heard Catwoman.
Everything okay?
I don't think she likes me being separate from her. She always goes to the door and then the bathroom and sits out the door. I've seen her, like, she'll call into it, she'll reach under the door. Sorry for the interruption.
It's fine. It's not an amulet. It's, don't remember right now. Words.
Monk.
No.
I thought it was an amulet.
It's a medallion.
Medallion.
Yeah.
That's right.
Of a different person that I don't remember right now. But yeah, so that was the news. Now we're
Seal
gonna...
of Osiris.
No.
That was the news.
That was the news. Now we're gonna go into the comic book reviews.
Comic book review. Comic book review.
It's a comic book review.
That's what it is. Sudon, what do you have?
I didn't go to the comic book store because I am a new pleb that doesn't keep my money, and I just like thumbed through Peachy's comics just now. Look at me.
It's like, oh, let me see which books of mine these aren't.
Yeah, let's see which books I'm gonna review this week. I had God, I didn't read any of these. No, I reached back because I don't know if you guys know I have a Pokemon card channel, and I spent too much money on Pokemon cards. Now I don't have comic book money, so I decided to read a book from last week, which I actually spent all my money on was went and bought out my comic book slot. Spent $130 at the comic book store, and it's expensive. But I picked up Drakon New Dawn, which is a 3-part series continuing after the Ranger Slayer little one-shot that we talked about.
Right.
This one, let's see. Oh, come on, that is my finger. Stop that. Let's censor to figure out talk. But it's Power Rangers New Drakon New Dawn. Number 1 of 3. Written by Anthony Birch. Art by Simone Ragazzoni. I actually said that right. Coloring by Raul Angulo. Cover by Jun Yoon. I'm assuming that the G is a soft G, as all should be. And I do have the Joni Montez foil variant, which is Drakon holding the helmet of Drakon. But I just brought this one down, which has got the Ranger Slayer and her new throne.
Right.
On the world of the Coinless, and it continues from that point pretty much of like the rules. She's trying to set herself up by putting these two warring for many years factions and make them allies and work is troubling, and they're like, okay, well, we need to really, it works, ends up being like, let's go to this prison that Drakon made. Like, I'll look at the thing like I'm pointing in the corner. This one,
there.
yeah, that was the prison right there.
Okay, yeah, I know the one.
Oh, it's terrible. It's some like max security type prison where it's all like the bad villains like that wrong Drakon were held in, and they go to like, well, we're gonna liberate this, and the Coinless and the little people they go through, and basically they free everyone, and Ranger Slayer is like, no, I'm not the Ranger Slayer. My name's Kimber. Call me Kimberly. It's Kim.
Yeah.
I'm not that person anymore. I'm trying to create peace here. Then she finds some deep, like, secret prison where one ranger has been being held.
Oh, really?
Never seen this ranger before. Don't know what it is. He's
So
super.
It's a reveal.
It's a big reveal. He's huge. He's bulky. He's like almost like he's being held against his will, and they kind of Kimberly frees him, and they kind of like what's up, dude?
Right.
What's up?
Who you?
Why were you? And he's kind of discombobulated because he's been there. But when they leave with him, a big signal gets sent out into space from the prison.
Ooh.
And they're like, where did that go? And we're like, okay, so that kind of was cool. Little, like, okay, set up there.
Right.
Find out that this guy had been tortured by Drakon, and the only reason why he was tortured is he was watching everything that he was doing during the Shattered Grid events, and then coming back to him like, how would you defeat me? And figure out the tactics on that, and then the whole time just to gloat, oh, I already did that, I already thought of that, and just to drive him even more and more mad. And what's cool about it is the last one is he's all like, well, they kind of like, he's important. What is this guy? And then they're, where did that signal go? Well, we figured out what it said. They went to this other galaxy, and it said, it's all yours.
Oh.
Because Dracon's dead.
Oh.
Yeah. And then they show a whole bunch of new enemies, like, okay, it's time. So it's like, oh, they're setting up something big, and it's going to be cool. So I really dug it. It was a lot of fun to read it. There was a new Rangers book out this week that was continuing whatever was going on with Drakon, because he is alive. He's just crazy. So I'm curious how that's, because I just know all of this is going to play into each other, because that's how they've been writing beautifully. Right. Yeah, the art in this one was great. Like, it was different. I don't know who Simone, I don't think she's done much of anything that I've read before. But I really dug it. The story, I played with relationships, played with the turmoil between the two factions, and also kind of gave us a compelling story that's going forward. So awesome. I'm glad that they're still playing in this pocket universe that's there, and giving us, like, not the typical, let's go fight the monster, guys. I could see this as one of those Walking Dead style drama kind of situation, but you'd be like, holy shit, this is Power Rangers.
And then again, the fact that it's happening across multiple realities or whatever, that's super cool. Also, and the fact that they're keeping within that to tie the books together, and, for that sort of thing. If the recipe's not broken, why fix it? It works so well with Shattered Grid, and what was the one after that?
Necessary Evil. Necessary Evil is the new one. No. Yeah, that was the one that was after it, and then they've had 3 different major storylines, and then it's been a fantastic ride, and it's great talking about it, because people are going, wait, you're talking about Power Rangers? Killing Power, like that. Like, what did you think they were trying to do in the kids' show? Just like, let me slash your shirt so that I can go, I win. They were trying to kill each other, just really badly done.
Do you remember that trailer they put out, years back, fan-made or whatever it was? Yeah. With, Katie Sackhoff and whatever. It was all super brutal. That was cool.
They've kind of taken that, and they're doing another. They have a fan-made, fan done with that. They've got Jason and all these other guys that are from the original series, that the Power Ranger people are like, please stop making this movie, and they're like, no, we're gonna. We're good. We're good. We're getting paid by the people, and they're like, fine. Hasbro's like, all right, cool, just please make it good. Don't expect any toys.
I still haven't seen that last reboot or whatever it was, and
it was good.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing.
It was good. It wasn't great, but it was better than the original series pilot was. I was like, oh, cool. That's all for me. What you got there, Peachy?
I had, I think it was 6 books out this week. Let me get my, should have been prepared. Let me get my info pulled up here.
She's being long.
Need butter.
Butter?
Yeah,
Why?
because I'm out of butter.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant right now.
Just like,
I'm like, okay. Thank you for sharing.
well, I
was
need
thinking
mayo.
about potatoes.
Oh, potatoes are good.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna make some potatoes before I go to sleep.
Yeah,
I got
nice.
margarine in a tub.
I need butter.
Might be some in the fridge.
The first book I read today was Amazing Spider-Man number 47. It was written, continued writing by Nick Spencer, art by Marcelo Ferreira, and cover by Jose Maria Casanovas. Continued Sin's Rising story, part 3. It's kind of confusing. I was kind of lost as to what's going on, but I think I might know what's going on, and there's just weirdness abound. I don't think they know exactly what they're doing around there. I think they kind of take it as it goes.
Yeah,
Kind of thing. And I'm like, I don't...
they're trying to write around, like, other story arcs that are supposed to be, like, connecting or
Right.
something, probably.
Right.
So, like, all of it's got a filler while Marvel fucks up the rest of the universe with
Yeah.
Empire and Venomverse and Carnage.
We have to basically wait to see what everyone else is going to do so we can figure out what we're going to do.
Right. But,
Spider-Man's still not getting any sleep, I'm sure.
yeah, and still no touch on Chameleon Guy or whatever. So like,
Centipede Man.
Centipede, yeah, Chameleon Guy, Centipede
Well,
Man.
Chameleon came up. I think he was, like, kind of a center.
Chameleon.
The Chameleon was one of the villains that popped up, like, at the end. At least I remember.
Oh, that's
that.
right. Yeah, that's right. That's true.
Or was that Daredevil? I don't know.
It was
Marvel's
Chameleon.
a mess.
Chameleon was in Spidey. But, okay, Daredevil Annual number 1 was out today, and it was actually a pretty decent story. If you guys remember, I talk about Daredevil quite a bit.
Yep.
This one focused on Mike Murdock,
Oh, yeah! Nice.
Matt's twin brother.
Oh, that dude's still around? I thought
Yeah.
he died.
Yes
Yeah.
and no.
Yeah, yes and no. But no, he,
Well, yeah, while Matt was in coma land, he was like, yeah, Mike is a thing again. And then he wasn't really a thing again because he was in a coma.
Right. He was. He got shot, remember?
yeah, he saved his life.
I can't remember what was a coma dream and what
Me
was
neither.
real, so...
But he did turn out to be, he let him go. Daredevil let him go. He could have had the writer, what's his name?
Right, that guy.
Right, like,
One of
de-write
the
him?
Inhumans.
Yeah, tear him up and make him no more.
Right.
But he decided to let him live. So Mike got a hold of some stone that made his reality real.
Oh.
So gave him a lifetime of memories and things because he had like a really spotty memory. So it was a pretty decent book. Really good, especially for an annual.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of annuals are just side stories that you're like, okay, next.
That's continued writing by Chip Zdarsky,
Yeah,
right? And
Chip-
art by...
Manuel Garcia,
Oh.
I'm predicting that they're going to kill Daredevil,
Chris Mooneyham.
kill off Matt Murdock, and replace him with his able to hear or able to see
I
good
think
buddy
they
brother Mike.
already tried to do that.
They did try to do
I think that was just foreshadowing of what's actually going to happen.
that. Like, remember this? Remember when we did this?
We're doing it again!
Here we go, yeah!
It's for reals this time. Matt's gone. Fuck that guy.
And then he comes back.
He comes back all, you know.
Oh, one cool thing I liked about the storyline title is It's One More Day, which was another really good storyline that took place in Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh.
A lot of different things happened with Peter and Mary Jane breaking up and them basically never having been together just to save May's life, and all kinds of really cool stuff that to this day affect the book. So I'm hoping, this is going to be something else that we see carry on the One More Day storyline. But yeah, that was Daredevil annual number 1, yeah. I also read Hellions number 3, which was a pretty good book. It was a bit bloody. It felt like a DC book.
Oh.
Because it just kind of, the tone the whole time was very serious and very, involved a lot of, death and, whatever. Darkness. It was a very dark issue.
Darkness. No parents.
No parents.
Oh, that's a Batman reference.
Yeah, Lego Batman reference, actually.
But, yeah, and that was number 3 in the series, and I honestly, I can't remember too much of what's happened up until now, but it was a good one. I was pleasantly surprised.
Right.
I thought I was reading a different book, and then I'm like, oh, no, wait, I'm reading this one, and wow, this is good. That was written by Zeb Wells.
That's not a real name.
I know, right? He's on the council.
I was just thinking about Harrison Wells, actually. I'm like, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Which Earth is he? Find the board.
We just need one board for Harrison Wells.
I know, right?
It's the Harrison Wells DC board in reference to Marvel.
Yes. Art in this book was by Steven Segovia, and it was decent. I actually really liked it. He did the cover also on Hellions, which was...
It's pronounced Hellions.
Gila Lions?
I need you to, while I'm looking at this, gaze down below.
Look at the cat.
The other side.
But I really liked, the art was great to go along with the story that was pretty damn decent, and was one of the, and I've been kind of on the fence lately about my all in on the X-Books decision, and there were 3 of them I think today, and it was a good one.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention off of that cover, I looking at the next week's covers and all the other books every week, I kind of noticed there's a section of the list that's kind of raunchy. You got Red Sonja and Zombie Tramp.
Yeah.
I'm looking at these covers and looking at that cover, I'm all like, what happens in this book?
Right.
That's an acceptable pair. Like why? Are they just laying there the whole time? I can't imagine that's an effective piece of equipment for when you're fighting people. I'm sorry. I just, I was looking at that going, Red Sonja's ridiculous. Either they talk a lot, or, it's just, butt shots, panels.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to pick it up, but I do. But, sorry, that just made me think of that.
It's supposed to be really action-packed, actually.
Which one is it?
Red Sonja.
That's what I heard also, yeah.
Well, it's just is it got substance? Come on. I'm done with the... I mean, that was a beautiful cover.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is still okay, I get it. Loose, but it's also that one girl's pretty much not wearing anything. Why?
Because it sells books.
Yeah, it does sell books, that's true. And she's evil, so...
I'm just but what's inside that makes it justified? I've seen...
Oh, there's a lot. It was a good book, man. It's one of these books, though, that you gotta read. Another X book that was out today was X Factor number 2, the newly formed X Factor team.
Was it?
It was good. It was another good one, written by, Leah Williams, with art by David Baldeón and a cover by Ivan Shavin.
Every time you say X Factor, I'm like, is it the X Factor?
It is the X Factor. it's kind of a ragtag team. I talked briefly about it last time. Aurora of Aurora North Star fame from the Alpha Flight,
Right.
the brother and sister team. She had died, and they brought her back, so she's like her first time back, and everybody's just like, kind of knew she was coming back and blah blah blah. So she walks into the house and she's like inundated with like blah 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 and this and this and this. She's like, I've been alive for like technically 2 hours. Please,
Chill out.
yeah, please just chill the F out. And then an emergency hits, and they're like, just stay here, and we'll take care of it, and whatever. Anyway, they end up in Mojoverse, which
Nice.
again, you're basically a game show competition world, and fun ensues. And it's like
Hilarity ensues.
Hilarity, and it's left to a cliffhanger as to, okay, now you guys have to compete and do this, kind of thing. So,
Watch next episode. It's all doing
yeah. Exactly. So yeah, it took me to that. Yeah. But the last X book that I read today that was out was X-Men number 11, part of the Empire
They can
storyline.
hear that.
They can hear the 11 that
Yeah. Just like they hear my air quotes.
Yeah.
You guys hear that?
Or me pointing
I am
to
aggressively
the
air
person.
quoting the microphone.
The things they'll see when we go live.
X-Men number 11 was written by Jonathan Hickman, with art by Lynn Francis Yu, and the cover was also by Lynn Francis
I
Yu.
wonder how long he's
Lin-
on that.
Lionel Francis Yu, excuse me. Pretty decent art inside and cover-wise. I dug it. This one was just paying homage to Magneto, and it made it seem like he had died in battle or something, but at the end it was just like, Magneto's a hero.
Oh.
Yeah.
Would you like to know more?
Would you like? Yes, Lassie, I would. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was pretty good. It showed a whole battle and Magneto using his full power, and he got in his old suit rather than the white one he's been wearing and whatever.
That's cool.
So, yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a lot of action, not a whole lot of
Nostalgic.
waiting. Yeah, for sure. And he's like, why not? I'll join Polaris and go fight.
That's
People.
his daughter.
Yeah. Or no, not Polaris. It was actually Magic.
That's not his daughter.
Yeah.
She's got sword.
Yeah.
That's magic.
That's played by the girl from Split. The
Oh.
dark-haired one, the main girl.
Oh,
Yeah, she plays Magic in New Mutants.
right.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, wait. Huh.
Huh.
Okay. Yeah. She looks different with blonde hair.
Most
Could she-
people do.
Yeah, right. But Jonathan Hickman wrote this. Oh, yeah, and I said that
Yep.
already. So those were my books, except for, of course, The Three Jokers. Batman 3 Jokers, limited series, book 1 was out today.
Yeah.
Written by Jeff Johns,
Woo.
art by Jason Fabok,
Woo.
and Brad Anderson did the wonderful coloring in this book. I love these covers. These are pretty great. Ooze picked up the Red Hood variant. I picked up the Laughing Fish variant.
Mine's in the hold slot.
Yep.
Yeah. Sudon's is in the hold slot. Without divulging too much, I just want to see, I could see this book being called a bit of campy. I can see it being called simple. Maybe.
I would disagree, though.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Because I feel like it was...
You read DC, so you know there's more to it.
Yeah.
No,
Not that you don't, but
No.
Right.
there is a lot to it.
Yeah, what you were saying earlier and how you were like...
you didn't save it for the podcast?
No.
I didn't say anything because I figured he was just going to stop talking. And I didn't want to add to the conversation
Yeah.
because then it would be a save it for the podcast portion.
Right.
But how you were saying that it reminded you of books that you were reading when you were a kid that were
Yeah.
Batman books.
Yeah.
I feel like whether you've read Batman or not, if you know enough about Batman, you could just jump into this and be like, okay, this is what's going on, and that's the Joker, and that's Batman.
Yeah, I honestly, I did very much feel like that. Like, I was reading the books, like, from when I was a kid. Like I didn't miss a book, or a beat. Well, this is a Batman book.
Let's say, did you feel like the Joker, or did you feel like Batman?
What do you mean?
Sorry, I misinterpreted it. It felt like that.
No, it felt very much like when I was a child reading these books. Again, whatever.
That's cool.
I forgot where I was going.
Campy.
No, that's okay. It was good. It was a good book. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You'll have to read it.
It was really good.
Stuff happened.
The art's amazing. It's
Even
like
though-
super clean DC art. It's not
Yeah.
like the, like, I don't know, extra, like, super lines or super dark. Like, you can read what's happening throughout the entire thing. The colors are really crisp.
They touched on a lot of the old stories, kind of things that, like you said, if you know Batman's history, so it kind of makes you feel comfortable in that book to be like, oh, okay, yeah, oh, okay, cool, whatever, and then it has this underlying mystery to it, which gives way to the detective story as to what the fuck's going on here. We need more.
Yeah.
So I really dug it. That was my pick of the week, was Batman 3 Jokers.
It's a shame it's Jeff Johns.
What are you talking about?
He's a brilliant, artist, but apparently he's getting a lot of drama coming in with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
DC's having troubles. But they're doing good.
They are.
But, yeah, I wish that was that one and the Power Rangers, the two books I probably would have picked up this week had funds been available.
Yeah. It was really, I was thinking about not picking it up, but I'm really glad that I did.
Same.
Because it was very Joker-centric, but also having Bat family included in it. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
It was still a Batman book, but very Joker-centric, like you said. So many cool variants.
Yes.
So many cool variants. Batman splattered with blood was one of them on the cowl. I got the laughing fish variant. Like I said, you got the
Red Hood variant.
yeah.
There's the crowbar variant. Yeah, which is that one that's up there. And
Yeah.
then there was another one, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was the time bomb one.
Yeah, the pipe time bomb.
Yeah. Pipe bomb.
Pipe
Pipe-
time bomb.
Yeah. I feel like there was another one, but I
There's
don't
the
remember.
hat one, isn't there?
That might be with the next, because there's 2 more books coming out.
Oh, right.
I didn't see one with a hat.
Yeah, there was another one, I feel like. But I don't remember. But yeah, very, very awesome.
Figure.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of what I'm expecting them, like that cover.
Oh, yeah.
Tributes to that, such.
For sure.
There was, oh, that wasn't in this book, never mind. That was a different book that I will be talking about shortly.
Yeah, that's all I had. And, oh, man. Red Hood, though, in that that book. Yeah. But,
And
yeah.
Babs.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. But, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Really good. Really enjoyed it. That was all I had. My pick of the week.
Nice. Okay. I also have that book this week, but it is not my pick of the week. But yeah, as previously mentioned, I got the Red Hood variant, and it was a good book. And then I also had Flash number 760, continued writing by Joshua Williamson, art by the Deuce
Is there Flash
Meister.
next week?
Right.
Next week
Oh,
on The
hey.
Flash.
That looks like a,
Inhook Lee cover, because it is.
no, I mean, it is a good cover, but it reminds me of that sneak peek they gave us at Flash's new, more organic armor in the fandom.
Yes. It actually does look a lot like it. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's cool. I wonder if they had him help with the
Right.
design. That'd be really cool. Inhook
It
Lee.
would be.
Did you see the concept art for his new suit? No? I recommend looking it up.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Ezra Miller is Barry Allen.
He thinks a million miles per second.
Yeah. Yeah. And he loves us.
Yeah,
which is very Barry Allen. Continued writing by Joshua Williamson, art by Christian Deuce and also Scott Collins, and Luis Guerrero and Hi-Fi did the colors. Steve Wands did the letters, and I got the In-Hook Lee variant cover.
Did you?
I did.
Oh, can I see that? No, just kidding, guys. It's awesome.
It looks like that suit.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yes, there's still stuff going down. Eobard still has control of... Not Eobard. Yeah, Eobard.
Use a reverse flash.
Yeah, reverse flash.
Yeah.
Did you forget?
I was just thinking about the other reverse flash that doesn't exist right now.
Did you collect the new 52 flash, all of that?
No.
Okay.
Don't make me do that, please.
Oh, I won't.
I already have a box full of Flash comics that are just Flash. I can't do it again.
So you can memorize them on. To memorize them, you can use flashcards.
Flash fact: hippopotamuses are faster than the average human.
Yes.
So look out for that.
Yeah.
You, Ezra.
You big boy.
He is Barry Allen.
Better than Ezra.
You know who isn't better than Ezra? Grant Gustin.
Yeah, no.
No, he's not blonde.
No, neither is Ezra Miller.
I really do want to see the moment in the show.
Yeah. Anyways, I also had Angel and Spike. I had to read number 12 and 13 today, but oh god, there's different writers.
What?
I didn't notice that.
Oh, okay, between two issues, I
yeah.
thought they were variants. I'm like, wait.
No. So number 12 was continued writing by Brian Edward Hill and illustrated by Gleb Melankoff and colored by Roman Titoff. And I got most of the covers.
It's just like she just reads the same book twice. She's all like, "Oh, I didn't know this." That thought would be the silliest thing ever. Like, you are tired.
And number 13.
Oh, great cover.
It is a great cover. This is the character spotlight cover. It was written by Adam Smith, illustrated by Piotr Kowalski, and lettered by Mattia Icono. So it was the start of a new storyline.
Mm-hmm.
So there's new artists and new authors and stuff. I got most of the covers for that as well. They ended the last storyline. Basically, Fred is now the CEO of Wolfram and Hart.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll read about that next time.
Yeah, and then other stuff happens later.
Very nice.
And then...
Saw that coming, though.
Yeah, there is a lot leading up to it. And then my pick of the week is technically 3 books in 2 different series because they all tie in together finally. So I had Nightwing number 72 and 73 and Red Hood number 48, which continued writing for Nightwing was Dan Jurgens, and continued writing for Red Hood Outlaw was Scotty Lobdale.
Nice.
So technically, Red Hood Outlaw happens in the middle of Nightwing number 73 in continuity.
Okay.
And, you know, stuff happened, and now Dick Grayson, is being controlled by the Joker and is helping Punchline do stuff for the Joker War stuff.
Oh.
And Babs gets kidnapped and is forced to fight Dick Grayson, Nightwing, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it was a really good series of books. But there was a lot that happened, and a lot of action, and yeah, I'm really excited for more.
How are these artists? I'm sorry. Well, I'm trying to picture. I'm like,
It's so the art for Nightwing is really good. So so that's Ronan Cliquet and Nick Flaherty on colors for both of those.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, not at all, apparently, just for one, and then the other one has a different artist.
Right. Yes.
And it's fine. But I mean, both still, like, on par with each other. So Ryan Benjamin and Nick Friend on the pencils and inks, and then Rain Beardo on colors for the second one.
Did any of them do the cover?
Probably.
Just
Peachy.
curious.
So, like, give me every single detail.
Hey,
What's the publishing states?
I got, for this one, the main cover, which is Travis Moore with Alejandro Sanchez for number 72.
I was just curious so I could compare the cover, or look at the cover and be like, oh, the inside
this
art.
cover for Nightwing number 73, which was
Yes.
Alan Qua.
Qua.
Yeah. Because there's like a point where you get too muscular and like trying to be too realistic.
Right.
I don't like that they've been doing with the Nightwing covers a lot. I just don't like that. And then for Red Hood, the artists were Brent Booth and Danny Mickey and Eric Prianto. And then I got the Dan Mora and Tamara Bonavillin cover.
I like Dan Mora.
Yeah, and yeah.
Dan Mora, he does other things.
He does, yeah.
But yeah, so basically, I don't know how. It's a little bit confusing. While I was reading it, I got a little bit confused because I read the first two Nightwings. I read the two Nightwings first, and then I read Red Hood Outlaw, and it's in the middle of it, but Jason fights Nightwing and Punchline, and then in Nightwing, they get a call to the Bat family from someone or Punchline pretending to be Batgirl.
Ah.
And they're like, and then Nightwing shows up with Damian and Dick, and he's like, Barbara, she's being mind controlled by the Joker, and is gonna blow up the Alfred Pennyworth Memorial Hospital. And I'm like, but Jason just fought Nightwing, so wouldn't he know that he's being controlled by the Joker? So that was a little confusing.
That is.
But maybe he didn't recognize him, but that seems really unrealistic.
It was a different Nightwing. There was a lot of them running around for a bit.
Yeah, not wings.
They're all in the hospital right now, actually.
Oh.
Well, they better save that hospital.
They're in the hospital in Bloodhaven.
Ah.
The Alfred Pennyworth Memorial Hospitals in Gotham. Everyone's back in Gotham, which is nice.
Yeah.
So they must be using that, what's that, what is that darn place that they always go from, like, Star City to... Nanda Parpat.
Yeah.
They use that portal technology to get
Yeah, for sure.
It's
the mutant. Yeah, you have the mutants have that. They can just go anywhere super quick.
They
Portal
actually
to the moon.
probably have that in the mutants thing.
Yeah.
They don't actually have that in the DC universe.
No.
They're just like,
They
travel
actually
time
do.
doesn't exist.
Yeah. Right.
I liken it to maybe they do it kind of like Young Justice's transportation.
The boom tubes.
Oh.
Yeah. Or they had the teleporters in Justice League too. So.
Teleportation.
But that's...
Yeah. But it was a little confusing at the end there, but it was, it was really good because it finally, like, crossed over between Red Hood and Nightwing, which never happens.
Doesn't happen, yeah.
Which you think it would, but, it just doesn't ever happen. Yeah. And it's like, and the most important part, in Nightwing, or not even in Nightwing, in Red Hood, they showed Joker's daughter, who was supposed to be, like, a thing in Nightwing, and then they just forgot to, like, finish out that story.
They're like, never mind.
Yeah, but they're like, they have Punchline kidnapped Dula Dent, Joker's daughter, who's not actually Joker's daughter or related to Harvey Dent, Two-Face, because she has a weird backstory. I recommend looking it up because it's very confusing. It's like Gwenpool level of confusing.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't really have an origin, but she does. Anyways, yeah, so she's there, and then they're like, yeah, you gotta, Jason, we're gonna kill her because he hears a noise that is awfully familiar, which is the sound of metal smashing bones. And Punchline is beating Dula with a crowbar, and he's like, that's not cool.
That's not gonna fly here.
I know that Dula's done some stuff, and she's not good, but nobody deserves that.
Right.
Like, damn. So he tries to save Dula, but he also set the building that they're in was set to explode and self-destruct, and he doesn't have enough time to save her because he's fighting Nightwing and Punchline and trying to save her, and is unable to save her, and he thinks that she dies before he goes to save Babs and save the hospital and stuff.
Right.
And then Punchline's like, yeah, no, the homeless chick that we killed and threw under the rubble was a nice distraction, but we still have Dula here, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, that's a lot of information.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Joker says if he ever wants to have a spawn, he would ask Batman on a real date, and that was really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Waka waka waka.
He's coming out swinging with jokes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Lots of Joker today.
He's coming out swinging.
Coming out swinging.
But yeah, that is it for the comic book review for this week.
For sure.
What comics do you have next week, Sudon?
I have like 8
total.
Like that's all. Well, I mean 9 because of the dollar comics are back.
Yeah. For Marvel.
Oh, they are.
For DC.
I think the ones for DC.
There's a Batman and a Catwoman.
Oh, that's why. I don't care.
I didn't see they have DC Dead Planets coming out. We got another one of those. Justice League. What is I'm looking at? Oh, they finally got us Marvel Resurrection Zombies. Or Zombies Resurrection.
Number 1.
Yeah, number 1's finally coming out. That was supposed to come out like March. Unless it's this no, this is number 1.
Weird.
But the one book that I've been looking forward to is the Batman animated continuation. But I was going to point out, I don't know if you saw that cover for that Buffy.
No. I don't see any of the covers.
It's all reference to something fun, and I like it, and I'm going to have to get that cover. But, yeah, that's my books next week.
Cool.
I might pick up that Star Trek mirror.
I thought that was this week.
It's showing next week.
Next week? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What did you have, Peachy?
I have, well, depending on if I have cable number 4, which I didn't get number 3 last week in my slot, so I may just drop it. I don't know.
It's hot.
I don't know. Let's see. Looking. Marvel Zombies Resurrection 1 of 4. I'll pick up, I guess, also.
It's a really mild week for some reason.
It is.
Oh, is it? Is that what you think?
I mean, don't read like Dark Horse and other series.
Wolverine number 5. Yep.
Nice.
And that's it.
I have, as previously mentioned, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, number 17. I also have Alien, the original screenplay, number 2 of 5. Deceased Dead Planet, as previously mentioned, number 3. And Shazam, number 14. And Die, number 13.
You got something from everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got Boom, I got Dark Horse, I got DC twice, and I got Image. That's like all of my publishers.
Yeah, they got a lot coming.
I didn't get Oni Press.
Wasn't that out this week, Rick and Morty, or was that last week?
That was last week. Rick and Morty Go to Hell.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of books. I'm excited to read most of them. I think my pick is probably going to be Buffy. Or Dead Planet.
I'm not even sure. I'm going to have a tough one. Maybe Wolverine. Maybe.
I'm thinking that too.
For him? Not for you?
For me.
Oh, for you?
I'm gonna pick one of your guys' books. To
Oh,
read my
okay.
book.
Oh, okay.
You were
nice,
going to read
nice.
Die, number 13?
Probably not.
I'm not even going to read it because I'm not caught up.
I should read it. Just be like, holy crap, the stuff that is happening, I don't know what it means. Social medias.
Oh, yeah. Hey, pick the books up, guys. Support your local businesses. Yeah, and
I thought you were going to say hardware store. I'm sorry.
your local comic book stores and small businesses around you. Be safe when you go out and have some fun. Look at some stuff. Pick up some books.
Arts. Do some arts.
Tasty.
If you don't know what your local comic book store is, go to comicbookstorelocator.com to figure that out so you can pick up the books and smell them with your mask on.
Yo.
Check us out, social medias.
Yep.
I'll link below.
You have a quote for us, Peachy?
I do have a quote for us. It hits home for me, but this one is: you don't stop having fun because you get old. You get old because you stop having fun.
Hey.
Ayo.
Do you have a quote from us?
Lots of jokers.
I'll ask Batman out on a property.
That's close enough. Yay!
We'll be seeing you.
We'll have you guys listen next time.
Take care, guys.
Bye!
Bye!
Cat and canoe.
Hey, thanks for listening to our podcast. If you enjoyed this, connect with us on social media, and of course like and subscribe so you don't miss out. Music is brought to you by Kevin MacLeod. Find more of his music by visiting incontouch.com or clicking on the link in the description. If you want to listen to more, find us on anchor.fm, our website unstabletogetherpod.wixsite.com, and pretty much anywhere you can find podcasts.